Welcome to the very first inaugural episode of Wocboys. I'm Drip Diamante. I will be your master of ceremonies throughout the season as we predict, enjoy, and you know just observe what the Cowboys are about to do for the year. Born 1994, I've been a Cowboy fan since 1994. We won 5 championships in the 90s. I feel like I had something to do with it. And I ain't gonna lie, it's been a while since we won one. So what I've done is I've taken the Cowboys and whatever mindsets, whatever we had going on before, we done flipped it. So that's when you get the Wocboys. So Woc is win on command. Because I'm tired of the Cowboys, they lose when you expect it, they lose when you least expect it. I'm tired of losing as a Cowboys fan. We're gonna win on command now. So Wocboys, we in the building. I don't care if you gotta cook in a wok. I don't care if you gotta go sip some wok. I don't care if you gotta get a woman a wok and go marry her. You know what I'm saying? And get right, but we need to win something. So we got the Wocboys. We gonna turn shit around. We're gonna change the mindset, change everybody's way of thinking about the Cowboys, man. From now on, this season, I'm referring to them as the Wocboys until we get, you know what I'm saying, until we get our shit together. But as you can see, the title of the episode is Micah Parsons Pack. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm sure you can understand why I'm calling the episode that. And it's a nice little play on words because, you know, it's a bitch. I mean, this fool went to the Packers. This young man went to the Packers. He left the Cowboys. They say he wasn't getting paid. They didn't offer him what he wanted. They didn't want to be able to get the deal done with the person he wanted to get the deal done with. Whatever the reason is, I got two problems. It's three teams that I would never want a Cowboys player to go to. I don't give a damn. The first team is the Eagles. The second team is the Giants. Even though they be trash, even if you go there, they probably be trash. You can't go to the Giants or the Commanders. But realistically, it's really just the Eagles, the Commanders, and the fucking Green Bay Packers. Why? Because the Packers have been a part of too many of my disappointment with the Cowboys in the last 10, 15, 20 years. We can go on. We lost. It was a catch. I'm gonna say that it was a catch. A couple years back, we should have beat them. They blew us out with J Love or whatever the quarterback name is. That beat us at the time. Like it's just been too. Aaron Rodgers done happened a couple times. Like it's just been too much for me with the Packers. For any Cowboy that says they wanted to be a Cowboy and wanted to stay here and all that to be going to the Packers. So I'm here. I'm just here to let y'all know that for this season, the bane of my existence this season revolves around Micah Parsons Pack. I ain't saying I mean to the do what you do. You know what I'm saying? I wish you the best. But at the end of the season, I just want to be able to say, yeah, we smoked that Micah Parsons Pack. You know what I'm saying? So let me get into the details on why. You know what I'm saying? Because personally, I feel like Micah kind of, you know what I'm saying? He kind of let me down on this one because you say you want to be a Cowboy. You say you was, you know what I'm saying? You was ready to ride for the team. I just want to go over a couple things before we even get to the points about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to what the agent said. So we're gonna get to Michael Parsons' agent talking about the Cowboys. I'm sorry, I'm talking about Michael Parsons. Um, yeah, so let me click on that and then we'll get to that real quick because I just feel like as a Cowboy that wanted to stay with the Cowboys, and I'm gonna really focus on him. I hope y'all pay attention to him. I'm gonna mute myself real quick and then I'll come back in just a second. Hold on.
When we wanted to send the details to the agent told us to stick it up our ass.
Wait. Now, see, I was
Just so you're clear.
Wait. What do you mean? So wait. What do you mean? Because people gonna ask.
Mike and I talked.
I think the most important thing is that Michael wants to be a Cowboy, right? You know, he grew up cheering for the Cowboys. You know, wore the blue and white at Penn State, wore it in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys. He wants to be a Cowboy. And we did everything we could for him to remain a Cowboy. We reached out and, like you said, I don't really do these interviews. We try to keep the negotiations out of the media, but in this case, so much information has been put out there that we want to just address a couple things. But as far as Michael's concerned, he wants to be a Cowboy. We did everything we could, and sometimes you got to be a little careful with what you read in the media as far as what was offered to Micah, the guarantees that were offered, the APY that was offered. There's so much that goes.
All right, a couple things I want to address. First of all, I saw another video with Ryan Clark. Actually, I'm gonna put that video first, just to give my boy a little bit of I'm gonna give him a little bit of bail.
Manager or owner that. I just hit David Muller and I simply asked him, I said, did you tell Jerry Jones to stick the contract of his ASS? Because I was like, ain't no way. And he laughed and he said, I never used that phrase in my life. So for anybody who is reporting that, for Jerry Jones saying that, this is false. This never happened. This is just another public way to make this situation, which is already ugly, even uglier.
All right, I'm gonna just tell y'all this. I know Jerry like to play, so I really don't believe that he said that shit. But this agent is full of shit. I'm gonna tell y'all how I acknowledge how he was full of shit, and I'm gonna just say it like this. In the clip that I showed y'all with the agent talking, the agent was like, he wanted to be a Cowboy. We did everything in our power to try to make sure that he could become a Cowboy. But you know, information started to get out. He said that, right? So he's like, yeah, information was starting to get out. Then in the same breath, right after that, he said, yeah, but the deal fell through. But what you can't do, you just can't pay attention to what's being said in the media. So I personally felt that when I heard it the first time, I took it as a contradiction because what you're basically saying is you saying that the deal didn't get done because too much information got out, and then you saying right after that, oh, don't trust what you're hearing in the media. So which one is it? Is it because the deal not get done because too much information getting leaked, too much talking in the media, or are you saying that it's because people start believing what they hear in the media, like they need to stop believing it, like because if what was in the media didn't impact what was going on or wasn't true, I feel like at the end of the day, your client, if your client literally told you, yo, I want to be a Cowboy for life, and you as his agent were not able to make that happen, this on you, big dog. As a Cowboys fan, I'm blaming you. I'm blaming Micah too, because the other reasons that I'll bring up in just a minute. But yeah, I'm blaming you, man. I'm blaming you. And I just want it to be known like that. I ain't gonna say you know what I'm saying. I don't ever wish for another black man to, you know what I'm saying, lose a job with it. But like, if you ain't do the job that you were supposed to do, in my opinion, as a Cowboys fan, my boy said he wanted to be a Cowboy for life. You ain't make it happen. Period. Whatever. And then you send it to a team that's really it's really op. You send it to the ops. But I'm gonna continue on Micah, man, because this is the next point that I wanted to make, which is Micah's playoff stats for the last couple years, and the real reason why Micah wasn't getting the money that he deserved, or think he deserved, and the real reason why he decided to go ahead and cut out and leave and go to Green Bay instead of sticking and riding with the Cowboys and showing, all right, I really deserve to get paid. Let me show you why. Because don't get me wrong, like, Micah's an excellent player. He's very dominant when he need to be. Like, I'm not even saying when he need to be. He dominant when, you know what I'm saying? He dominate, he make it look dominant, make it look easy on the game. He get a lot of tackles, so on and so forth, especially before the injury. So that's the key for me. That's the real key for me. I'm gonna go to before the injury. Micah Parsons is his 5th year in the league. 2024 is his 5th year. So he 2020, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wait, no, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. And 29, 25. Yeah. So yeah. So back to this little stats that I'm pulling up. So this is how I feel as a Cowboys fan, and I had to go look up stats. I'm not even a stats. Let me just go back. I'm not even a stats person. I'm not even a stats person. I'm a feelings person when it comes to the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I have emotional ties to. So I don't even typically look at the stats. I just watch the game and I say, that nigga not trying to play. What is he doing? Why is the defense getting ran over? Like, why is they talking about our best player is the DN on the front line, but our biggest weakness is the running game? It's just a contradiction that I just I never understood it. So I'm gonna get to that, but let's look at these stats real quick. This is the part where it matters in the playoffs, right? So I'll give him 2021. I ain't gonna even lie. 2021, shit. I remember watching that guy. I think that's the Packers game, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that's the Packers game, or one of them, because we played them niggas like twice. That might have been a 49ers game, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure the Packers. But in 21, he played 2 playoff games. He had 7 tackles. That's 4 solo tackles, 3 assisted tackles. You can see that right here. You can see that right there on the screen right there. My boy had 4 solo tackles, 3 assisted tackles. He didn't have no sacks. We did not get past that second round that year. Or that was actually the first round of playoffs, because we always got to play a wild card. So we didn't get past that first round of the playoffs that year. So we won a wild card. We lost the second game. 2022. Now this is my personal feelings, because I watched the Cowboys. This is my team. So in 2022, which is 3 years ago, so 22, 23, 24, right? He had 1 playoff game played. He got 1 tackle and 0 sacks in that playoff game. I believe he had that during that year, during that playoffs run. But where was the defense? Like, I'm pretty sure I ain't gotta go look back at the score because we lost the game. So whatever happened, we lost the game. Maybe the offense just, you know what I'm saying, didn't score enough points, or maybe the defense let the other team score so many points. I don't have the stats to pull up right now, but this is what I want to focus on. 2023 stats. Let's see. 1 playoff game played. He didn't have no tackles in 2023, but he had a sack. I'm pretty sure that 2023. Now I'm thinking about. I think 2023 was the 49ers. 22 was the Packers. 23 was the 49ers. I think 24 was the Packers too. If I'm not mistaken, I might be mistaken. I try to forget. I got amnesia every time the season ends. So every new season, that's why you hear me say every new season, we're gonna win this year. It's like Dory off the Finding Nemo. Like, I just forget quick. Who are you again? Yeah, we the Cowboys. We gonna win. We gonna do that. All right. Now let's talk about one more thing. Let's talk about 2024. So this is last year. Granted, we didn't have no quarterback. So if we don't have a quarterback and you're the best player on our team, you would expect that, okay. And I granted it's 11 niggas on the defense, but I'm talking to you specifically because the DB be balling. I'm pretty sure a linebacker had a pick last year in the playoffs. Vendors, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong, but if it wasn't Vendors, it was the one who came in for Vendors after he hurt his neck. But 1 solo tackle in the playoffs, 0 assists, 0 sacks. Okay. And this is when we needed it because we didn't have no quarterback. But we already showed you 2 years prior to that, he didn't really do shit in the playoffs either. And I'm not a Micah Parsons. Hey, I love Micah Parsons. I want him to stay in Dallas. But at the same time, he was asking for money. I'm like, he want to be the highest paid non-quarterback. I gotta think about other players that deserve it more than him. Like, Detroit had an amazing defense last year. I don't think none of they defense players is like, oh yeah, let me be the highest paid non-quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no wide receivers like that's asking to be the highest paid non-quarterback. They trying to be the highest paid receiver. Like, you know, as a running back and shit, it's not trying to be the highest. I mean, everybody trying to be the highest paid non-quarterback. But the point I'm making is, you gotta earn the money. Dak had to earn his money, even though Dak never won a playoff. He won actually that playoff game because I just showed you the stat. We won one of the playoff games. Even though he haven't gotten too far, like Dak will show you, like he'll put 300 yards up, spread the ball around. If he don't get injured, we play good for the most part. Like Steve, they predict 2 picks for the night. I don't predict 2 picks for that coming back off injury with that excitement to play. And y'all might not think he had excitement to play, but you just think about you was on a tear. We was on a tear last year. We had a couple games we were stringing together, and then Dak got hurt. If Dak never got hurt, last year might have been totally different. The year before, it was cool. I still blame him at the end, Micah Parsons. I ain't gonna lie, because it was just some defensive shit that we was fucking up, and then we had that shit with the time, like with Jerry, with McCarthy and all that. But for me, I feel like Micah could have produced more in the last couple years. Like he only got 1 good year. It was 2021 in the playoffs. You ask him to be the highest paid non-quarterback, you're gonna have to produce a little bit more. You can't just do it once. You got to do it over and over and over and over again. So for me personally, I probably wouldn't have paid him. I'm glad he got shipped out to the Packers. I just wish it would have been some other team. Now you could have sent him. He could have went to the Ravens. He could have went with Lamar, got Lamar a ring. I would have been happy for him. Cool. But the Packers, bro, that's a different type of like, all right, bro. And then that for him agent to say like, oh, I want to be a Cowboy. I love the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboy fan. A Cowboy fan would never do that. So that's just my take on Micah Parsons and his agent. I just wanted to get y'all that before the game. I'm gonna go ahead and just move on to my next thing, which is actually one of my favorite things that I've done. I've done this for like the last 5 or 6 years now. Y'all might be familiar, but if you're not familiar, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a little. I'm gonna give you a little taste. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a little bit. Let me see what we can do real quick. 1 second. Uno momento. All right. So you know what that sound means. That sound is the ESPN sound, and I'm about to show you guys my ESPN fantasy team. And this is Wocboys episode 1. So Wocboys episode 1, I definitely have to show you guys. Give me 1 second. I definitely have to show you guys with Wocboys episode 1 how it's going to go for my ESPN fantasy team this year. So let's check it out, right? So I went had my draft on the 31st of August. So we had our draft Sunday. This league is created by my old manager Daryl. Shout out to Daryl who does this every year. There's a little prize, you know. Talk to my boy Daryl, man. He make it real fun to do fantasy, and he is my first opponent. I'm pretty sure he's been my first opponent for like the last 2 or 3 years. But I'm gonna just run down my team real quick for y'all, let y'all know how I'm feeling, and then we can go from there. But let's start off with the team name. You know it's the Wocboys. I already told you we finna be winning on command. It's the win on command boys. We is not the Cowboys no more. The Cowboys, we are the Cowboys, but we here to turn things around. So that's why we turned around the cow and we turned to a Woc. Cause we ain't no cows. We ain't bullshitting. We Wocboys. We here to win on command. You see what I'm saying? So win on command, boys. This is the squad, and we're gonna be playing Who's Your Laddie, who is their team in the first week. We'll see how that matches up in just a second. But let me just introduce my team. So we got Bo Nix is the quarterback. We got David Montgomery running back. We got Ramondre Stevenson, Puka Nacua, Marvin Harrison Jr. We got Travis Kelce. We got Jawan Jennings. We got the Steelers defense. We got Brandon Aubrey. Of course, we got Dak Prescott on my team. We got Devontae Smith on my team. Bull Eagles. We got Stephon Diggs on my team. We got Nick Chubb. We got the Lions defense. And then we got Dallas Goedert. All right? So this is my squad. I'm about to actually go to the matchup, and I'm about to move some people around just because it's not looking too good for me right now. If you can tell, I'm projected to lose 108 to 101 as far as fantasy points go. But I think I can make an adjustment and possibly make that look better. So I'm about to actually do that right now. I'm about to go ahead and adjust. What I do want to do, I'm gonna put the Lions defense in. I ain't gonna lie. Lions defense gotta play. I know they gonna kill. Running back, I got David Montgomery for the Lions. The Lions be balling. Now I did sit Dak for the first game, but it's really not nothing to put that nigga in the front. I just wanted to make sure the points was gonna add up, but I really won't. See, I feel like the Lions defense gonna come out going crazy. Flex, I got Jawan Jennings. I might have to move Devontae Smith here. Nah, cause we shutting that shit down. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not moving Devontae Smith because I don't want him to have a good game. So we gonna keep my boy Jawan Jennings in, cause we shutting that shit down. So we ain't worried about none of that right there. Who's the running back? Just tight end. I got another tight end. Dallas Goedert. I'll stick with Travis Kelce. First game of the season. Yeah, I'll stick with Travis Kelce. And then my backup running back got Ramondre Stevenson or Nick Chubb. You see the points right there. I really just made my matchup worse, but it's cool. Because I personally feel like Detroit got a way better opportunity as far as defensively. So we'll see in a sec, see how that goes. In the meantime, in between time, this is the Wocboys team ESPN fantasy football game. So with that being said, hold on a second. That is the end. That's the end of my fantasy segment. But look, y'all know what time it is? It's time for Prize Picks. Prize Picks is your daily fantasy sports app where you can pick players, select more or less, and you can win money on your picks for being correct about the picks, right? So on my picks for today, let's go over them. I got for you guys right here. I got my boy Dak Prescott, Dallas quarterback, my favorite player right now, besides CeeDee Lamb. 0.5 passing yards, it's a gimme, giving it to you. We're gonna go over for the 0.5 passing yards for Dak. We got Tyreek Hill, Miami versus Indianapolis, rushing, receiving, TDs. We're gonna go 0.5 over. So that means he's got to score 1 touchdown. Tyreek Hill, first game of the season, and they playing Indianapolis Colts. Yeah, I think that's a good, and it's a demon. So you know I'm demon time. So 0.5 for my boy Tyreek Hill. We got Jalen Hurts, 212.5 passing yards. I went under. I'm gonna tell y'all why I went under. I know it's Jalen Hurts. I don't care. We just lost our supposed best player, supposedly the player that is supposed to stop the run game. We just lost him. So I'm assuming they're gonna run the ball a little bit today. They have the best running backs in Saquon Barkley. They have a running quarterback in Jalen Hurts, and they have Devontae Smith, who I expect our DBs to be able to handle. Devontae Smith and the linebackers to keep a spy on Jalen Hurts, make sure he ain't doing too much. They ain't getting no tush push, none of that shit. We shutting out all that shit, picks all day. Yeah, so 212.5 passing yards. I went under because I think they probably gonna run the ball more anyways, and I think our DBs are probably better than our line was. I think that they're underrating the DBs and overrated the player that left our team, unfortunately. Not that he's overrated, but just in terms of how he helps the team, and especially in pivotal moments. Because in pivotal moments, it be picks. We be catching picks. Nigga catch a pick and run that bitch back. Bland, who else? Turpin, he'll run a kickoff back. So it'd be other shit to impact the game a little bit better than I feel like. And I'm not even like, I feel like that's the talk that Jerry Jones is having in that locker room. But anyways, in that negotiation talks. But anyways, Jaden Daniels, QB, 226.5 passing yards. I watched my guy in the playoffs. I'm not a Commanders fan. I know they're the ops. I love to see a black quarterback succeed. So I want to see my mans get 226.5 over, beat the shit out of the Giants. I don't care. Fuck the Giants. They gonna lose anyway. They ops too. I'd rather face y'all than the Giants. Even though I'd rather face the Giants, they probably, but I respect y'all more. So we beat y'all, some more respect. So I'd rather play y'all. And then last but not least, the rookie, Ashton Genty. I played with that boy on NCAA. That boy got 70.5 yards, rushing yards as his target for the day. I went over the 70.5 because I seen what he can do against the college boys. But I also seen him throw preseason games. They say we're balling in the preseason, so I want to see him go out there and ball against these big boys this week. So yeah, that is my prize picks of the week. That is the Drip Diamante prize picks of the week. So definitely, you know, if you got your parlays, man, if you got your parlay, what that parlay looking like? Prize picks, keep it P. So yeah, prize picks. And last but not least, I just wanted to have some fun. I had this is not even really football related, but this is kind of football related. But this is a little side question that I had for you guys. If y'all want to chime in, y'all can chime in. Leave it in the comments. But we want to talk about, because I listened to the Joe Budden podcast earlier, and on the Joe Budden podcast they were talking about Brittany Renner and her baby daddy, or father of her child, PJ Washington, plays for the Dallas Mavericks, formerly of the Hornets, and their little situation. So I was just thinking about Brittany Renner fine, I ain't gonna lie. Then his wife that supposedly lives right now, she fine too. So it got me to thinking like, damn, like what athletes be having the finest baby mamas? Like think about it. Like what athletes be having like right now, especially, or even girlfriends. Like, you know, is it Tyree who got Diggs? You know that boy Diggs messing with, you know, with Cardi. Yeah, I think he messing with Cardi. Travis Kelce got Taylor Swift. But who the finest baby mamas though? Like who got the finest baby mamas in the league? I don't really, to be honest, I don't be too much in people's business to know that shit. But I was curious. If y'all do that, go ahead, drop it in the comments, drop it in the chat while y'all watching the video for 1 minute. But I just wanted to, you know, let y'all know how I'm feeling. And then now we're gonna do our little predictions for the game tonight. So give me 1 second. We're gonna get that going. I think I put it up already.
Feel it.
Give me 1 second. We're gonna get right to it, man. What just happened? We're gonna get right to it, man. Tonight, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the season opener. Let us see how All right. So with that being said, it's time for me to reveal my prediction. You see how they picked out all the games. They got the game going 28-17, 27-20, 27-14, 30-23, 27-21, 24-16, 27-20, 27-32. I don't give a fuck about none of that. This is my prediction for who's gonna win the game one, the first game of the season between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. And you must not know where you at. This is the Wocboys episode 1 show. So let me show you who finna get it done. Who finna get it done? What we doing? We winning on command. And who finna win? The Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys Nation. And the score is gonna be, drum roll please. The score for the game is going to be 31-24 Cowboys. 31-24 Cowboys. And on that note, it's time to go watch some football. So everybody, sit back, relax, get ready, because the Cowboys is coming. You dig? The Cowboys is coming. So on that note, guys, I'm going to say bye-bye and farewell. We'll see you next week on the Wocboys podcast.